Welcome everybody to Bitcoin Workshops number 77. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for tuning in. We're here live on Thursday night at the Cowboys Casino. We got all our friends in the house tonight. We're going to have a great night. We're going to cover a bunch of Bitcoin, a bunch of crypto, and a bunch of cool stuff. We have a podcast being done right now, which is located on Podbean and on iTunes. If you guys are iPhone fans, we encourage you to check out our magazine, and I've got some to give away tonight. So we've got a few copies. Who hasn't seen our magazine, guys? Anybody in the audience hasn't seen this yet? Someone? Yes, no?
I haven't yet.
Everyone has?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good. Everyone here has seen that? That's good. Let's jump into it anyway. Bitcoin was up and it was down. We saw some kind of a weird dip in the last week here. I know a lot of people are talking about it. Right now, US dollars, we're at 3,856, 38.56. So pretty low, still low on the totem pole. I know that, I'm sure that Jason saw some of the analysts yapping about this last week, but some have said that now it's hit the rock bottom again. So first it was 1, and now it's rock bottom number 2, right?
Yep.
Right? You heard that too? So now we're at rock bottom number 2. So what does that mean to the audience and all you guys? Well, it's time to buy, right? It's time to get more Bitcoin and jump in because it is affordable as, right? So you guys know that. It is affordable. So let's look at the chart for a minute. We're still on the low lows of 5 grand, or sorry, underneath that mark there. We did punch through here a little while back. That wasn't too far ago. That was, oh no, that was months back now. We haven't seen over 5 grand since, let's go back and see for a second here. But I think it was November-ish. So since November, we've dropped below it. We haven't gone back up. So it'll be nice to see it pop above that 5 grand. I read an article this week, and I'm not sure if Kevin published that, but it said that IBM, the corporation, claims that Bitcoin is going to $1 million a coin. Did anybody see that article?
I didn't see it. What
Amazing. Hey, you saw it. Yeah, you did.
Like how long, Ken?
I don't know. Was this out this week? He's the newsmaster. He'll tell you. Yeah. So IBM claims $1 million a coin, and they have got some theory and some something about it. And when I read that, I was really like, wow, for a second, man. I really, you too, Cap. I was literally wowed. I was like, if that really happens, though, oh my God.
We'll do the math on it, right? What is the market cap amount to? $1 million coin.
It would be around 18 trillion.
Do some fast math. You got Dan there, right there. Get the calculator.
So he's correct.
It's 18 trillion.
How much?
18 trillion.
18 trillion. If Bitcoin hits $1 million a coin.
I would say that's
amazing.
That's a long shot.
Yeah. So I'd say
10 years
is a good number, but if you get to 18 trillion, that's fine.
That's
almost
roughly,
the US.
But all the big
Almost
Wall
the US
Street
national
analysts, they all have price targets of
Still
at
not
least
enough
250,000. Most of the major analysts. Yeah. So here's that article here for you guys on Cointelegraph. Hey guys, come on in. Welcome. Blockchain will hit Blockchain advisor at IBM says Bitcoin will hit 1 million. IBM's VP of Blockchain, Jesse Lund. Right? It's a fresh article. It just came out February 21st. So it's legit. I'm just going to run through it because I'm touching a little bit of news every week. So Vice President of Blockchain and Digital Securities or Currency Story at IBM, Jesse Lund, said that he expects Bitcoin's price to eventually hit 1 million. Lund made his prediction during an interview with comparison and news platform Finder.com, published on YouTube February 20th. Towards the end of the interview, Lund was asked what he expects the price of Bitcoin to be on this New Year's Eve. He answered he thinks it's going to be higher than the current price, clarifying, "I'll go with 5,000. And then he continued his prediction, adding, "I see Bitcoin at $1 million someday." Okay, cool. Lund explained that he likes that number, given that if Bitcoin is at $1 million, then Satoshi is on value with the US penny. Amazing, eh? He noted that at such a value, the whole network would have over 20 trillion of liquidity. Damn close, Dan.
When they get to 20 million.
Yeah. He then suggested that such liquidity could change corporate payments and high-value payments in general, concluding, "I see maybe 5,000 in the year, but way higher." Oh, that's another quote. During the interview, Lund also talked about IBM's collaboration with Stellar XLM, and I heard that already a few times. So Stellar XLM and the use of the network's assets are coming through on IBM's cross-border payment network. So let me say this. I have bought Stellar XLM myself, and again, for all those tuning in, we don't give any advice. If it sounds advicey, then you're hearing it wrong. But I do own Stellar, and I do like XLM, and if you guys like it, buy some, because right now it's cheap. And with IBM starting up, as soon as they start to come out into the marketplace and start to announce their new software, and they start to announce their payment systems, and they start to do press releases, this is what I was teaching Stefan today about early phishing. Right now, you can put some math together here, okay? Back, I'm going to just be like mindset for a minute.
Yeah.
XLM, IBM, holy shit. There could be a major partnership there. Cool. Let's keep an eye on that now as investors. Let's keep an eye on that and let's watch that develop. And I'll tell you, there's going to be a day when the announcements come out and IBM does their quarterly whatever it is, like Apple or Samsung just did with that app and that coin that went up 200%, the Engine coin. And as soon as that happens with IBM and they launch their first press release on this new software doing XLM, guess what's going to happen that day, boys? What's going on?
100%.
Both. She's going to go through the roof, okay? Blockchain Worldwide, BWB or BWW, is their system. So look for it out there. Write your notes. Blockchain Worldwide, BWW. And as previously reported, IBM uses Stellar now in BWW both as an intermediate currency and to pay transaction fees. So they've already got it in usage. They're already rolling on it, and that's just a matter of time before the press releases come out, and you're going to see a spike in the value of XLM go up big time. I can't say for sure and all that, but man, the math is adding up here. So let's finish off. Lund also revealed that the firm is considering working on various digital assets, explaining that they believe there should be an ecosystem of a variety of digital assets that provide settlement instruments and enable cross-border payments. The participants in the network should be able to choose and negotiate their choices in real time. Lund went on to state, it could be Ripple, it could be XRP, even it could be Bitcoin, but it would also probably include other instruments like stable coins and eventually soon, hopefully, central bank issued digital currencies. Lund made a point of differentiating IBM's payment network from the Ripple's RippleNet, noting that the tech giant does not rely on their own bespoke token. And Oman's second largest bank by market value, this bank, Dhafar, became RippleNet's most recent member, joining to enable a cross-border payments to India. And Cointelegraph recently reported that. So there you go. You have a bank using the RippleNet system from India to Oman. And those guys are pumping finances through there. IBM brought its BWW payment network out of beta back in September 2018 after closing a partnership with Stellar in October 2017. About a week ago, a major Canadian crypto exchange, ours, that's our guys, CoinSquare, showed interest in the blockchain by acquiring Stellar X, a Stellar-based decentralized exchange. So I did hear that in the news too. So it's nice to see that our Canadian guys, CoinSquare, are actually growing because they had a ton of layoffs and they're going through troubled times because the entire velocity of crypto has slowed down in the average everyday life, right? Now some institutional buys are going down and things like that, but the everyday people have still slowed down. So it's really interesting to see them picking up more brands and buying more stuff. Really, really cool stuff. Anybody want to comment on that real quick before we move on?
Where do you save your XLM? Where do you put your XLM? Do you put it on exchange?
Right now I have it on there, yeah.
Put it in Astro Wallet.
Astro Wallet's the wallet. There you go, everybody. Pick up Astro Wallet, and it's perfect for XLM. Is that iPhone or Android or laptop?
No, it's web-based.
Web-based?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course you get your private key and all that.
Good.
Best thing about it is they reward you. I got what, 2,500 in there. I get about 3/4 of an XLM every week.
Wow. That's huge.
Not much. $2,500. No, 2,500 tokens. All right, now it's around what, 10 cents? 7 cents?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I have comments as well. That partnership between IBM and Stellar, that's powerful for enterprise because what IBM is working on is Hyperledger.
Hyperledger, yes.
Yes, and Hyperledger has a number of tools underneath it for consensus protocols. I believe there is a suite of 6 consensus protocols for private blockchains.
Okay.
That can be used for supply chain or
products.
Syndicated industries.
Yeah.
Right, like arm's length industries that are partnered with each other for an industrial supply chain.
And they stay within that blockchain, yeah?
Yeah, they stay within that blockchain, but then Stellar offers a liquidity portal on exchanges. And that's the nature of the partnership between IBM and Stellar, is that IBM is working with Hyperledger, which is under its open source suite with Unix and Linux. Right. Like, not everyone knows this, but IBM is one of the original pioneers in the open source space by providing Unix and Linux.
Yes, they are.
Right, and that's what they've created with
They've always been open source guys, yeah.
Yeah, Hyperledger is fully open source, and it's designed for private blockchains as well as public blockchains. And Stellar is a public blockchain that is listed as an exchange pair. So what you've got is an enterprise layer that bridges into a public liquidity layer.
And with all that layering and all that blockchain involvement, I think IBM is going to be going up in value as a stock probably too. Would you agree?
They don't have a revenue model built around that. It's really a volunteer driven. Well, if you really know the story about IBM and open source, they started that because they were sick of Microsoft eating their lunch.
Yeah.
Because IBM is very much on the hardware manufacturing side of things, and they were sick of depending on Microsoft for their software layer. So they said, okay, let's develop an open source operating system so we can work around Microsoft. And they've been doing that ever since.
It was good, but they let it drop around.
But IBM was one of the first corporations that were involved in blockchain.
They were.
But it's not a revenue driver.
I handed out the
It's got
IBM
brand value, but there's no
blockchain
revenue
guide.
directly.
I still have it, by the way. I have the IBM blockchain guide in a PDF document. If you guys ever want it, it's like it's kind of like a blockchain for dummies idea, but it's not. But it's done by IBM. So if you guys ever want a copy, I can send it to you guys. You can study it and you can read all about it and see if you like it. In America, they have a hard time dealing with all the cannabis stores, like in California, things like that. They just released that you can now pay your taxes in California with crypto. Can you imagine, right? Because they can't get the money in fast enough. So now they're giving another layer, another option, another pipeline to accepting funds from these guys. And the funniest thing is they never gave the cannabis-related stores and medicinal dispensaries any bank accounts, any point-of-sale machines. They cut them off from everything, right? They were forced to do everything on crypto, to be honest. And now because they can't get any money from them because they don't have it, it's locked in crypto, now the government's saying, okay, well, since your money's locked in crypto, we'll let you pay your taxes with it then. We'll take it. So interesting. And I wonder this though, I wonder if there's going to be a future business model available to municipalities and cities for conversion, for cashing them out, for fiat, converting their fiat currency from their crypto intake, right? So I could see a whole like business model growing right there and supplying these city municipalities with these services and that, because I've noticed there's kind of like an uptake of more and more cities accepting crypto for taxes, and even talking more and more government-y things, taking tax money in for that, even worldwide. So it's interesting. And remember I taught you guys about Dash and the Dash coin. Well, in 2017, the Dash network began implementing Dash as a payment option in the cannabis industry point of sale. Dash reportedly aimed to serve the industry 10 to 15% and has decreased the flow of paper money needed. Other U.S. states and blah, blah, blah. But the point is Dash owns that market segment right now. Dash Coin is inside that business model and made it so that they could all do business and do it quite fast and easy, because Dash has the instantaneous crypto transfer. If I send Jason some $10 right now or whatever, it's right now. Like it's within a half of a second he gets confirmation he got the money. And many of the other blockchains don't work like that or give you that kind of results, right? So Dash was really the one that they went with and ran the ball up. So now you guys know. So back to that, what does that tell me as an investor, just to do the math? I want to invest a little bit in Dash. I want to own more of that coin, and I know that it's going to go out there and do more things and grow as an entity, and the community is going to support it because they're using it. So keep that in mind, okay? That's all that's about. But I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, Dash is fast, and Dash is doing a good job with its brand in terms of sponsoring alternative news outlets.
It feels like the Red Bull of coins to me a little bit.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It does.
Oh, Dash is better than Red Bull.
Okay.
In my opinion. For my interests.
Thomas probably would agree with that. He likes Red Bull.
Let's see where it's at. It's number 15. $83 a coin right now. Still affordable, still reasonable. Up, still in the green today, 1.42%. So it's not bad. You know, they set the tone for all the master node business. They set the tone for a lot of business. They're quite an organized outfit.
Remember how high Dash used to be like at the end of 2017?
Huge upgrade.
It was like over $1,000.
So they're way faster now?
Dash wallet, Android,
Yeah.
coded automatically send to Dash Pay
It
app,
was like 14.
upgraded Dash Core and Dash Core Live to support Dash platform protocol.
Spiked before the whole
Yeah.
Christmas.
It was a $1,500 coin at one point.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It was $1,500 here. So it was worth quite a bit, and it's only $89 right now. So again, that means it's on sale. Hey, XYO is taking over, Kevin. There's your thing. Insanely cool new tech that has anyone digital mining digital currency.
There you go. Here's my signals right here.
Nice. What are they doing? They're mining right now?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you got all plugged in and everything?
Yeah, you bet.
Did you make a video of setting it up on the computer and all that?
They haven't got the bridges and the diviners and the archivists running yet. They're still working on the they had a little issue with the firmware or something.
Okay.
But so they put that coin app in place, which is, I don't know, just as rewarding, seems like to me, probably more so, depending on how many people they end up getting the actual geo-mining kit.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Francis or whatever, he had something on his Twitter where this company, I think, was making these really small form factor PCs that were really neat. They were super compact, boards were all compact in a plexiglass housing, and they're running pretty much like a full Bitcoin server right on your desk there kind of thing. It's amazing, like full node. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And I want to get some of those. I want some. Yeah, they're like $200-300, and they're really, I can't remember the brand, but it's on his Twitter. I got to relook it up or whatever.
Okay.
Maybe you can. Go ahead, Francis' Twitter, and just look it up real quick. Pull
Put
up.
that up in the group. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, no, I'll show you guys those node. They're full node little mini PCs. Damn.
Do you know the brand or?
It's on his Twitter feed. Just scroll down. You guys can find it, and then tell me the brand because it's
Are
there.
you talking about the mobile ATM?
Not at all. No, it's a small form factor, clear acrylic desktop PC node.
They have that piece of hardware too that caught my attention a while ago. Is that it works just like a Bitcoin ATM, but it's not stationary. It's a desktop kind of thing. It can fit in a suitcase or it can be easily brought around from location to location.
Yeah.
You're looking for mobile ATM?
Pardon?
You looking for mobile ATM?
Mobile Bitcoin ATM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't think this is it yet. I want to show you guys these though. No, those aren't them. Keep looking. Look it up. Find me that info. If you guys are on Twitter as well, it's one of the best places to find everything. So all of the cryptocurrency companies, everybody involved in crypto pretty much is using this as a thing to do their Twitter as their PR, their newswire, their latest and greatest, all that kind of stuff. So it's really important to check that out and give it a shot. But here it is. He's got this thing on here. You have to look. Scroll down here somewhere and find it. He does so much posting, this guy. PO Cluster, I don't know if that was it. I think it's PO Cluster. Let's see, Utah. Yeah, it is. PicoCluster.com, check out that. PICO cluster.com. Less is more, less energy, less cost, more power. Look at these little guys. These sit on your desk.
You know what PICO means, right?
No.
It's actually a metric prefix that stands for trillion.
Okay, cool.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually just like.
So this is a hex core chip, little powerhouse, 3 USBs on it, gigabit, 4 gigs of RAM, and it's unbelievable. You can see, it's super tiny. Like you look at the picture there, but it actually just sits here like that, just really small. And this thing's a full node.
Wow.
Run everything off this. Look at this. It's a really cool design. I like the plexiglass so you can see through it and all that.
That's beauty, yeah.
So what is that giving you back? Just like it's just mining for
Excuse me?
Yeah.
where you want it to?
Yeah, Bitcoin.
That mine's
Bitcoin specifically?
Yeah, it runs a full node for Bitcoin or even other coins.
So how much? How long would it take?
$250.
Like how long would it take
Yeah,
you
fine.
to mine
Just one minute.
Bitcoin?
Oh, it's not even about that. It's forever. It's like you're not going to make a lot of money running a little guy like this, but you're just going to be participating. Yeah, yeah.
Operating a full node like that is important if you're going to run a Lightning node.
Yeah.
And the next step for Bitcoin, I think, is more and more Lightning nodes.
It is, yeah.
The only way to operate a Lightning node safely is to run a full node.
What's a lightning node?
A Lightning node is an off-chain layer of Bitcoin transactions, so it doesn't actually report to the Bitcoin network. It doesn't.
That's right.
Forever.
Yeah.
Once a day or something, right?
It's just
Whenever
Yeah.
the node is
Lightning
closed,
nodes.
you can choose
The
to
Lightning
close
network
Lightning
is taken
node
over. It's gone
once
way
a month,
faster.
Once a day, whenever. It works a little bit like the best analogy I've heard for a Lightning node is that if your Bitcoin address is your balance sheet that gets publicly broadcast, then the Lightning node would be kind of like your cash register, your till, where you could conduct thousands of transactions, small ones. And then at the end of that block of transactions, then you broadcast to your balance sheet.
And it would say
Here's Wikipedia's rendition of what Jason said. The Lightning Network is a layer 2 payment protocol that operates on top of a blockchain-based cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or others, like he said. It enables fast transactions between participating nodes and has been touted as a solution to the Bitcoin scalability problem. It features a peer-to-peer system for making micropayments or of cryptocurrency through a network of bidirectional payment channels without delegating custody of funds. Lightning Network implementation also simplifies atomic swaps. Normal use of the Lightning Network consists of opening a payment channel by committing a funding transaction to the relevant base blockchain layer, followed by making any number of Lightning transactions that update the tentative distribution of the channel's funds without broadcasting through the blockchain. Optionally followed by closing the payment channel by broadcasting the final version of the transaction to distribute the channel's funds. To perform as intended, blah, blah, blah. The point is it's doing a great job of setting it efficiently, okay, layman's terms again, and it's running on top of the Bitcoin layer, and it's been a dream because the Bitcoin was a soggy, slow whale, right, and this turned this into a speedy little chihuahua. Like this thing is rocking now, right, and we needed that. Bitcoin needed that badly. And it does work on other blockchains, like they're saying too. So you'll see that some of the other ones that need that speed and stuff will adopt this too and just take that little turbo. Lightning Network is like a turbo on the Bitcoin networks. It's kind of cool. It's cool how it works. And you can Wikipedia it, study it more, and all that good stuff. Dash, here it is, by the way. That's the
Basically,
coin.
it helps save people transaction fees and the delay in the confirmation time.
Exactly. I'm going to go to this website, XYO. So Kevin got this unit, the hottest blockchain. No, this is, where's that? Decentric, wasn't it?
If I can interrupt just for a second to finish on the Lightning topic.
Go ahead.
The reason why you need to run a full node of the Bitcoin blockchain in order to operate the Lightning node safely is that a Lightning node works like a multi-sig wallet where everybody who's participating in that Lightning node is making, they're making transactions happen. And it's a shared cash register for commerce. And anybody who is party to that multi-sig wallet can close it out and report it to the Bitcoin blockchain at the current state of affairs, which may or may not reflect the settlement that was agreed at. So the Lightning node is vulnerable to, if there's a lot of money at stake, for example, a Lightning node is vulnerable to somebody closing it out prematurely. So if you're controlling a Lightning node, you need to cross-reference your Lightning node to the main net, to the full node of the main net, to make sure that nobody can close it out prematurely. And the only way you'll know that is if you're running your own full node, and you're running an API that's scanning the state of the ledger to make sure that your Lightning node is not closed out prematurely.
That makes sense.
Okay, back to Kevin's thing, the XYO team. So the XY company, they still have these kits and all these things out there. You can still get the investor kit, right, Kev? Was that what you bought?
Yeah, no, I didn't get that. You get shares in the actual mother company of XYO, which is XY Equity.
There it is, XY Equity. Yeah, provides you with exposure to the lucrative opportunities in this incredible, exciting space. So just for those listening and stuff, xy.company and XYO-equity. So these are the areas that you guys can check out. It's all over America. It's this cool thing that he's doing here where he's mining. He's got these little, what are these little responders or
Sentinels.
nodes? Sentinels. They're called Sentinels, yeah. And you guys got to check it out. Watch all the videos, get involved, have a look. Really, really cool company. Probably one of the most interesting crypto things I've seen, from the kit and everything else. Like they're doing investing by selling that kit too, right? Which helps, right? Instead of trying to take an ICO of just nothing, they're saying, hey, we give you some hardware and stuff, and now you're buying into our company. Kind of like those other guys did with Tesla and that flamethrower and all that weird stuff they're doing. Go ahead.
And I think they have about 14,000 people like following them or whatever. And
Well, right here on the site, you can see they're just coming up again. Williams just invested, just bought a kit.
6,000, I think.
What's their share price?
Geomining.
Well, they're pre-IPO, so they're not.
It says price per share $8 US dollars. Invest in XY and join the revolution.
See, but that's their actual company, right? So the kit they're offering right now is, I think, 22.75. You get 275 of those shares.
Yep.
You get the full mining kit and all the swag.
Okay, and that's
And the
$225.
Sentinels, of course.
Yeah, for 225 US,
22.75.
2,200 US.
You're getting 275 shares at $8 a share. US.
Okay, so you're spending over $2,000 US.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can just get the kit, right?
Or you can get the
$400
kit.
US.
Okay, cool. So again, because I'm not looking deep at this, but you have, why would any of us give a shit, and why would we invest? And you even brought the toys out tonight. Like what? Like, are we missing this? I'm not trying to miss it, but what is the secret sauce about this company a little bit? Why is it so cool? Why do they have this? Why do we need this?
They are going to be launching a low-level satellite with Virgin. I think it's in April or May.
Okay. So satellites going up in the air.
Yeah. Well, and their plan is to replace GPS through this app.
And this satellite, this app can pinpoint GPS all around, run off the sentinels, and kind of cover the Earth. Map the Earth.
And
It doesn't
there'll
run
be
off
other.
GPS.
There'll be other applications for it.
Of course, and this is all on
Jay
blockchain
knows a
too?
little bit about it.
Yeah, it's all on blockchain too?
Yes.
Partially on blockchain. It's a mesh
Okay.
network.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one satellite can't cover the whole Earth at the same time, so it'll be very limited.
So it's the leading location hardware business powering the world's first decentralized location network called XYO. So it's a decentralized location network.
Yep.
Neat, really neat, guys. I still want someone to explain to me why I should write a check, though. Can anyone tell me why?
Well,
Am I missing something? Should I try? Should I buy this one? What do you think, Jason? Should I buy this one? Don't give me any advice, but should I buy this one? Is this something up my alley? Because you've studied it deeper than me. Like, why does anyone need this?
I think they're a worthy competitor in the space, but I don't think that it's the horse that I would pick.
Okay, good to say.
In
Yeah.
terms of proof of location.
Yeah.
XYO, they're an established company that they've already got beacons that exist. They've been in the space of firmware for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So they've already got a network that resembles a mesh network that exists. So they've got some competitive advantages. But
They say they're disrupting the 11
in my
trillion.
personal opinion, I don't think that XYO is going to become the global industry standard for proof of location. And
Just because they don't have the capital.
Well, it's going to be hard to knock GPS out of its chair.
Very hard.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It's
I like
Pepsi,
what they're doing.
Coca-Cola.
They
Yeah,
got
me
a
too.
really good
I hear you.
idea, and they really do have a working technology.
It says that GPS costs us taxpayers a whopping $2 million per day, according to the representatives of America. GPS is a single point of failure for the entire modern economy, in some quote. They're creating a mesh network of location verifying devices, and XY Technology is able to say where something to say is almost with 100% certainty, unlike GPS, which could easily be spoofed or hacked.
True. But you got to understand that they're not the only competitor in the proof of location game,
Okay.
and that actual industry incumbents like
Maersk?
that Danish shipping company.
Yep, I know that.
They're partnered with Ernst & Young and Microsoft, for example, for a proof of location protocol based on Azure.
Okay.
To me, like that kind on Azure.
Okay. Oh, that's right,
Microsoft Cloud Services.
Yeah.
Well, and that's who XY just signed up with today, Microsoft.
Microsoft
And that's
Azure,
what they're
right?
gonna be using Azure, yeah.
Well, that gets them pretty far. That's Maersk,
Yeah.
M-A-R-S-K.
And is that all basically like based on, say, like a database of Wi-Fi networks and Bluetooth transmitters, like terrestrial guidance, basically?
Yeah,
rather than-
it's terrestrial. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a mesh.
Okay, cool.
So, like, there have been a lot of proposals that have come out, and they've tried to get all the shipping companies on board, everyone who's running Z-cans of industrial products. And Walmart has made a play for the romaine lettuce safety of supply chain and all the rest. And you gotta understand how intense this competition is for proof of location.
It's huge dollars.
And it's huge dollars. It really is.
11 trillion,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I just don't think that XYO has the legs to win this race.
They just don't have the capital.
Although I respect what they're doing. They're doing a really good job.
well, some of the people in the Telegram group today were really
It's hard to say, but I'm
downplaying
thinking Clayton.
the Microsoft partnership, right? I
Really?
think that's huge. That's got to be massive for
Yeah,
them.
It is huge, Kev. It is
Microsoft
huge.
doesn't do something unless they believe it.
Don't let these haters downplay anything, okay?
You
Microsoft.
never know. It's crypto space.
I ran the creative agency for years. People would come in the office and see PCs there, and they would shit on us because we didn't have apples, and the apples were upstairs in the loft. They didn't see them yet.
Nice.
So they come to level 1, they see PCs. What's going on here? It's a creative agency. You guys are on Microsoft. You know, I'm like, what do you think? Of course we are. You don't think a PC can do Photoshop and all the other video and stuff? Of course it can. Crunch it badly. Like, You know?
Yeah.
So don't ever get fooled by that shit. You get your head up. Sorry.
The real world proof of use for that is the Visa MasterCard portable machines. Verification of location is key for verifying things. What they're doing now, if I get somebody a mobile unit, it tracks where the unit is, date, time, stamps every transaction, and it shows up on your printout. So there's no signature required, but every transaction is date stamped.
Absolutely,
many
it's such a valuable
applications
piece of
for-
security to prove where something happened.
Yeah, if somebody contests it, well, you put your card in at this location, such and such a time, anywhere.
Yeah.
Or where an item is. Well, it's in transit.
Yeah,
If you order something online and you're expecting a delivery, being able to track where it is all the time, it's really a valuable thing. So, Maris, that would be like a dream client for XYO. That's the market, right? That's who they want. They want those big shipping companies, those big global shipping companies, to choose the brand.
For sure.
And use the Sentinels and put the beacons on all their shipping containers.
Absolutely.
The thing about it is a company like that can afford to do it on their own.
Why?
To build it.
Yeah, they can build it. They can do it
Well,
themselves.
I mean, they're partnered with Microsoft and whoever else.
Ernst & Young.
Right? There you go. You
For
can
the
buy it.
insurance layer. Yeah.
But that's not the only use for it, right? There's many.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would be good for, not so good for the average person.
Agreed. There are
They
many
close
uses.
that up pretty tight, I'm sure.
So a lot of people have been asking me about a Visa card because unlike some of us, like Jason and stuff, that are highly in the intellect of it in the companies, and Kevin's following the news, some people still want to pay for their sushi with crypto, right? And they've been asking, Jan, where do I get one in Canada? So WireX, W-I-R-E-X. I don't have an affiliate login yet. You can open up a free account and you can have your Visa card, and you can actually get the card now in Canada, and you can pay for sushi and load it up, and you can load it with Litecoin, Bitcoin, and a few of the majors like Ripple as well. So it's all online there. You can spend it. There's British pounds, euros, USD, all there. Spend like a local. So have a look. Do your diligence as always, but take a peek and see if you guys like it. Global spending rewards. You get crypto back, which gets you 0.5% BTC on all in-store purchases, and then you've got instant alerts that it's all app enabled. It's pretty cool. Multi-sig, cold storage, like digital Fort Knox, blah blah blah. You guys are knowledgeable most of that stuff, but. Yeah, it's secure, two-factor authentication as well if you guys want that. WireX is a certified company giving your funds the highest level of protection, so they claim. They're only European headquartered company to hold a Financial Conduct Authority FCA e-money license. So there you go too, so they're licensed for something. And away you go. I don't know if you guys have heard of this before, but now you know. So people are asking me all week, where can I get crypto Visa card? So WireX, W-I-R-E-X, and they've got them. There's another company called 10X. Has anyone seen that one yet? Okay, 10 with an X. It's out of, I believe, Australia. It's not in Canada yet. So I asked them already, and I wrote to their head office for the magazine, and I asked them if they could, if we're in Canada yet, or we could become distributors for them, or promoters of theirs, or get my group involved in distributing these cards across Canada. So they said no, not yet. So I'll show you guys this. So it's 10.
So Jan,
10X.
I know the one you had there, that was just like a prepaid credit card essentially.
Yes, they're going to be prepaid. When you see that kind of card, that's not a debt card.
Right.
That's a crypto loaded card, like a cash loading card.
You just put money into it.
Yeah, you bet it is. So it's 10x.tech, I think. I can't find the website. Let me find it here now. But this is the other card that's all over. Yeah, traveling, spend your cryptocurrencies anywhere, anytime. Be in full control. So one of my buddies went to Italy, and he wanted to bring 100 grand with him. And he can't bring 100 grand in cash because you got to do all your stuff with it. He didn't want to bring a check. He might lose the one check, and then when he gets over there, there's all those fees to convert it. So he asked me, he's like, how do I bring 100 grand to Italy? I said, well, let's do it on crypto. He's like, really? It's that easy? I said, yeah, man. Let's put it on your phone. When you get to Italy, I'll tell you where to go. You'll cash out when you're there. They'll give you the euros, and you're set up. 100 grand is all yours. He's like, Jan, you are a godsend. But if we had the 10X card, then we could have loaded his 100 grand on this, and he could have went to Europe and he could have done cash withdrawals on the machines. He could have swiped and paid for coffees and donuts and all of the pasta, spaghetti, and all that sort of stuff. So it's 10x.tech is the website. But they don't offer this to Canadians, so only WireX is the only company right now that's doing it. And then there was Bitvo, but they never got theirs done yet either. They don't have their card yet and all that stuff. So we're still waiting for them.
Sold next month.
Next month? Yeah, we're waiting for them.
So it's just a difficult area to get the product.
I personally, I'm going to get all the cards. So I'm going to get the 10X one, I'm going to get the WireX one, I'm going to get a bunch of them, and then I'm going to show you guys how they work and just play with them. I'll pass them around and stuff like that. But I plan to apply for all of the cool ones right now, and I'm going to get them all and just kind of do a little video later and study them and see how the apps work. I love banking apps. I like seeing how everything's connected, so we'll see how that runs.
I feel like some of these are not really embracing the full power of cold storage.
No.
If you're
Properly.
familiar with,
Yeah.
if you're familiar with like the Nano Ledger, for example, what you've got there in cold storage is the only thing that's actually stored on that USB is your key pair. It's just
The rest is off
like,
there,
It doesn't
yeah.
need to be that bulky at all. It could be a card. Cold storage could quite easily just be a card. And I think that would be the move that really is a breakthrough. To do cold storage in the form of a card that can be swiped.
Me too.
You still need
It's coming.
Sure.
So they've got some stuff here that they do. So anyway, have a look at it. It's out there. You guys can check them out. That was some of the questions this week. Carrot bars. Some people heard about them in the news. Some people told me they're under investigation in Canada again. So that's interesting. We'll see how that pans out. I'm not a fan of them, but I am a fan of the gold, and I am a fan of the cryptocurrency pairing. Kinesis.money, spelled Kinesis.money, Kinesis. They are the digitalizing of gold and silver, uniting an innovative technology with age-old gold and silver. This is the leading wave for asset-based stable coins, bringing forward a new dawn in digital currency, fully redeemable in one of their 7 vaults around the world, legally allocated title to the underlying precious metals, giving you 100% ownership, easily spendable through the use of the Kinesis debit card, which we don't have in our hand, but you can only imagine it, and receive a yield, which is like a dividend, which is like a residual that Alan likes, just for holding Kinesis currencies in your e-wallet. So there you go, some bonuses to all this. Have a look at it. It's Kinesis.money. It's European. They're legit. They have nothing to do with those fraudsters at Carrot Bars whatsoever. And it's the only gold token that I would. Huh?
Yeah.
I'd be careful with recommending Kinesis. They have a lot in common with Carrot Bars.
Just have a look. I'm not recommending them. I'm saying have a look.
Where are they from?
Right? They're from Europe. They're from.
Which country?
I can't remember now. Somewhere over there.
We'll find out.
Find out. You guys do your homework. It's Kinesis.money, and I know you would like this one too, Tom. Just have a look. Do some research on it. See what you think. Yeah, have a deep dive into this one. Because again, people were talking about the gold and all that, and I don't want them going to Carrot Bars, so I just want to show this one and just have your look. I can't recommend any of them, but you guys have a peek, right?
The main problem with Carrot Bars is it's not properly backed by anywhere close to the amount of gold they would need to have a valuation to apply, and it won't be any time.
There's people that think Carrot Bars is going to be the best cryptocurrency Ponzi of all time, with their graphic design and the great lengths they've gone to convince everybody, and even their magazine they came out with.
Yeah.
People believe that it's going to be the biggest Ponzi of all time. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to watch.
It will be a big Ponzi. Just not
I'm watching from the sidelines.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It'll probably get you around 10 cents or so, and then it'll crash.
Did you hear about the hard fork of Tron?
No.
The hard fork. I've read something about it.
The Hartford what?
Tron.
I don't know what it is.
TRX.
Hartford
Which?
or Hartford?
Tron.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tron.
They forked, right?
They forked.
Today. Same day as Ethereum.
Yeah,
Hard fork.
Ethereum's forking today. There's a hard fork in Ethereum
And
today.
Tron too.
And Tron today too?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
cool.
I got the TRX update through
Yeah.
Alibaba.
There you go. There's a hard fork of the elaborate systems. I knew about the Ethereum fork. I posted that in our chat room today. If you guys aren't on our chat room and you want to get with us, you can join us on Telegram. You can text me on Facebook and I'll give you guys a link. You guys can come to one of the Thursdays. If you guys are watching online, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening on the podcast. Check us out online at BitcoinWorkshops.ca and see what we're up to on a regular basis. So Tron Genesis hard fork Here we go. A scam attempt involving Tron was thwarted today, but not before causing some chaos on social media after the account of the moderator coin subreddit was compromised in an attempt to make the fake hard fork look credible. Interesting. Just 2 weeks after the Tron mainnet went live, the community got hit with one of the largest and most well-executed scams in cryptocurrency history to date, with 2 different hard forks reportedly announced on blogs that look strikingly similar to the Tron Foundation's official outlets. One of these announcements, now deleted by Medium after the account that got created got suspended, was something called Tron Genesis. According to the actors in this particular scheme, a group of developers dissatisfied with founder Justin Sun's loss of direction decided to fork the project using Skycoin's blockchain. Justin Sun lost his direction and we couldn't back him up anymore. Competing directly with Ethereum is not what we want to do, nor think the team is capable of becoming serious competitors to Ethereum, which is a class of its own. We wanted to be a truly decentralized entertainment blockchain platform on a decentralized internet, not another Ethereum, the scammers wrote. So to back these claims, TRGX tokens, holders of TRG, were asked to follow this convoluted process that involved creation of a new Ethereum wallet on MyEther and the exchange of private keys, something that raises alarms immediately for idiots. What makes the scam sophisticated, however, is how it was propagated through social media, on the Reddit announcement was pinned, and all that. Now let me stop for a minute. What the fuck is happening to our earth right now? We are getting so killed with fake news, fake profiles, fake fucking coins, fake wallets, fake tits, fake everything. What the hell? Where's the real shit now? Where'd it go? You guys with me? Like, what the hell? We don't have enough time in our day to read the fucking real news. We don't have time in our day to pay the real bills. We don't have time in the day to talk to our real fucking friends anymore. And we're getting pounded with fake shit. Oh, I want to rant.
It's big trouble.
I want to shut down the fucking internet with a big fat switch one day and just show them all.
You want to see the pinnacle of that problem?
What?
Do a Google for the search term deep fakes.
Deep face?
Deep fakes.
Deep fake.
Yeah, are you familiar with that?
What it is fake videos that were generated by artificial intelligence.
Just look it up.
I will after. I will after. Yeah.
It's troubling.
It's bad, eh? So this is computers making fake news, and this is the outcome kind of idea, or trying to make real news?
Okay, you got to see it to understand. I highly recommend that we share with the group if you guys aren't familiar with it yet. What it is a green screen protocol.
Okay, one more time. Fake deep?
Deep fakes.
Yeah, deep fakes.
Okay.
Deep fakes. It's a
Fake
green
deep
screen.
fake.
Yeah,
So everyone search that. Fake deep
it's
fake.
A green screen thing where a person sits in front of their webcam behind a green screen and they can talk and superimpose an image of somebody else's face over their own words. So if I wanted to, I can.
Holy.
It's powerful.
So you can mimic a Donald Trump and it would be your words.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And believable.
Yes.
And so legit that people would shit their pants and they wouldn't know the difference.
It's getting more realistic. Almost to where it's difficult to tell the difference.
How does everyone feel about that?
Wow.
Okay. There's going to be a day when they're going to write to you on a chat bot and tell you about your bank and stuff like that, and they're going to try to scam you, and you're going to think it's TD Bank or whatever. Just be prepared, everybody. Remember, you heard it here first, okay? You heard it here first. Do not trust anything anymore, please. Please, phone someone, phone up for real. If someone sends you a weird text and asks you for even a wallet or whatever, phone and make sure that's Jan. You know what I mean? Call me, it's okay.
It's so bad, Jan. Like our IT guy at our work, he says he literally deals with tens of thousands of attempts every day. And even in email, I still get I get one or two every day that are exactly like that. No
Who has
question.
time for this stuff? And he's saying now AI is creating this. These guys are fake everything. It's going to get worse. It's like generating all this usage on the internet too. And it's killing it. But it's killing the web. Thank you. It's killing the web.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking like destroying even all the content. All the servers have to carry all this shit all the time. Right? It's garbage. Good night, Kev. Thanks for coming.
See you next week.
So deepfake is a computer-generated replication of a person, in this case Trump, so I said that, saying or doing things they have never said or done before. So dangerous, Kevin. So, guys, so dangerous.
Yeah, like the standard of evidence for the longest time has always been photo and video evidence.
It is.
Okay, and the fact that videos can be altered so easily with so little effort, like instantly.
Instantly.
At this point, it discredits our strongest form of evidence that we have, which is video evidence.
Yeah, computationally.
Here it is.
Effort, but
Fake videos are now created using a machine learning technique, called generative adversarial network. Yeah, generative adversarial network, or GAN. A graduate student, Ian Goodfellow, invented GAN's 2014 in an algorithmic way of generating new types of data out of existing data sets. For instance, GAN can look at 1,000 photos of Dan and then produce a whole new photo that approximates those photos without being the exact copy of him at all. And as if one came up with an entirely new portrait of the former guy, not yet taken. Like, unreal, eh?
Yeah.
GAN might also be used to generate new audio from existing audio or new text from existing text. It is a multi-use technology. So look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The machine learning is going deep on the internet and it's creating all kinds of fake everything.
The CCAO is making fake pornography.
Yeah.
By just superimposing a woman's face.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
they first started.
superimposing celebrity faces on the bodies of women in movies. It's doing all kinds of stuff. Google's got some gates up right now trying to stop it. It became known as deep fakes in response to Reddit. Anyway, away it goes. But the industry, the internet, it's a weird place, you guys.
Just because it's using Google deep learning technology.
I'm not impressed with any of that. But what does the Ethereum fork mean to anybody? Does anyone know? Does anyone care? Is it something that you guys are all aware of? Is any of you
Just tell
big
us what
Ethereum
happened.
holders?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you know you get a whole other set of coins at no charge if you keep it in the proper wallet there, like on Binance or whatever today?
I gotta get it onto a proper wallet.
Well, then you needed it to get on there today. The server comes by like a street sweeper and does a reading, and if your coins are there, then you get your airdrop, you get your free coins.
Is this one?
What? No.
So you move
Unless
it?
they say they are. It's up to them to be, broadcasted to the fork, right? And I guarantee they're probably not. So you need to be on a main name brand exchange like that, the bigger ones, yeah. Maybe transfer tonight right now and see if you still get it. I'm not sure, but you should be able to. But yeah, today was the free Ethereum coins, and there's a lot of Ethereum investors out there. So a lot of people got tons of that. I'm a Bitcoin guy, so I don't care about that one. But there's tons of people out there excited about today. It's like Christmas because you get all this free money. So forks are free money for those of you that don't get it. And where should your coins be held? Well, they should be held in the exchange for the fork. And how do you find out about forks? You can Google every day and say what kind of crypto forks today, or crypto forks, or whatever. And you can look it up, and Google will serve you today. Hey, Tron is coming up at 4 p.m. today. If you read that there's a fork and you hold that kind of coin that's forking, then get that coin into the exchange of the now, and then that exchange will give you that second layer of freebies based on your total volume of what you have there. Sometimes it's 1-to-1, so if you're holding 10,000 coins, Tron, you get 10,000 fork coins with it, and it's fucking awesome. Especially if the fork coin starts to do better than the original coin, and you get something for free, and you get this asset that costs nothing, and then all of a sudden that asset runs up. So you guys do the math. You understand how cool that can be, right? So it's called the Constant Opal. I think that was a new fork for Ethereum 8 hours ago. So 2 of them were launched today on the blockchain, and it was the Tron and the Ethereum one. So you guys got to look for that. But just type in a Google, crypto forks, and hard forks is another good word, hard forks, and you guys can find them on a daily basis. So Stefan was asking me today, how do you be a fisherman, Jan? Like, how do you make money in crypto? How do you sit by the lake, and how do you catch fish? There's another one for you. Look for forks. Free money. As long as you've got some wealth and some type of coin that they're forking, and you can move wealth into that. I taught you that today. So for you listening, you can take your Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, have that in the exchange, collect your free coins today on the fork, put your Ethereum back to Bitcoin 2 days from now, and nobody cares. The exchange doesn't care. That's how it works. So you can buy into the opportunity, reward from the opportunity, and go back to your settlement value of whatever coin you hold as settlement. Maybe it's like Thomas and you're just holding Ripple, whatever it is. You can always go from Ripple, go buy some opportunity for a bit, and then come back to Ripple. Don't even be afraid to do that. It's actually quite healthy. Okay, so try those moves, and it works good for you. Okay.
Talking about Ripple, they got launched on Coinbase a couple of years ago.
I know they did. It's huge.
Yeah.
There was a spike again, right? We saw a nice little jump. So there's a website that tracks the forks here. Okay, it'll give you guys what their name is. It is forkmon.ethdevOps.io for those listening, and it is the fork monitor. So just type in fork monitor because that's what it stands for, forkmon. Okay, and you can see geth, parity, all their styles here, what the blocks are at, what's the number, the difficulty, all these little technical things that that Jason knows exactly how all this stuff links together better than me. But here it all is for you. You can see how everything's moving, and at 9 p.m. at 8:59, what block we were at. I think it's kind of cute, neat thing stuff, you know. If you want to be techie and you want to get into it, it's right there. And that's when the fork happened. You can see it right here. It's up in this range right here from 8:58. It's all started right there. So there's what's going on. So check it out. Get out there and learn more about this stuff. I said it earlier. I open the door for you guys to go in and look around. So is free coins part of crypto? You bet it is. Are airdrops bullshit? Not always. Are they security breached? Yes, they can be. So what happens with airdrops that fucks you is when you go and you see it online, it's like, hey, fill out my form. I'm going to send you all this 10,000 free Ethereum coins, all that kind of stuff. You go, you fill out the form, you give them your Ethereum address. Then they come back like a worm up the back end of that website with your Ethereum address and try to scoop whatever's in your account of Ethereum. And it happens a lot. So make sure you have a separate wallet for your airdrop receivings. Okay, guys? So that means create another wallet inside IM Token 2.0. You can have 5 Ethereum wallets all labeled with different numbers or part numbers or whatever you want, sequence. And you can have one called Airdrops 2019. And then you do all your airdrops this year, and it goes into that wallet. And it doesn't affect your other wealth and your other assets. It's very important to start to divide things and divvy things. Jason, do you know of, or Dan or anybody? I would like a wallet where I could have multiple BTC wallets all inside the same one. Because what I notice, I get one. I get one in Coinbase, I get one in Bread, I get one in Jax. All these apps only give me one BTC wallet, but I'm the kind of guy that I could afford to have 5, let's say, and move money around different piles of it, you know what I mean, and that kind of idea. Does anyone know of a wallet that has multiple BTC wallets? No? Yes? If not, tell me later, please. Yeah, I'm looking right now.
I don't know of any. If you want to manage multiple BTC accounts, you can set up. You can download the same app more than once.
I know, and I thought I could have different email accounts in different exchanges and hold different wallets. That's easy to do too. But I don't want all that cumbersomeness. I'd like one app and be able to label wallet 1, wallet 2, wallet 3, wallet 4, you know, that idea, and then be able to work with that. And
probably not at this point in time, you probably don't do it, but it might be coming out soon.
I'm looking too. I'm looking, so I'm putting it out there. I'm looking too. So that's cool. And why do I want multiple? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I want to separate things and organize things and save this pile of money for that and this pile of money for that, let's say, and things like that. So I have different things and I divvy it up. Okay, so back to this. It's all good. We understand what's going on with the forks and all that. You understand that you guys should open up different wallets to accept that. You guys understand the security risks of that. My Ether Delta and My Ether Wallet Online, those are highly hacked websites. So I do never recommend for you guys to go on there, open an account, put any kind of wealth in there and leave it. Go into My Ether Wallet, do your diligence, get your free crypto tokens, whatever airdrop, and get the fuck out of there. Lock it up, move your wealth out of there. Do not leave it in those websites. They get hacked a lot. Companies like Binance and Bittrex have been super solid. We've seen nothing happen to them, but there could be the Mt. Gox day where they get taken down for whatever reason. I don't know. So just keep in mind that nothing is 100% secure. Everything has some sort of details and risk.
Right? One of the most secure parts is just blockchain.com.
It's secure as it can be.
It hasn't gotten hacked yet.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really good actually. I like it.
CoinSquare is pretty safe.
Yeah, it is too. I agree with CoinSquare. I like CoinSquare. I've never hated it. So they bought some other company that was involved in hacking, and all a bunch of haters hated that. So Stefan was asking me that. And people went and took the app right off their phone because of that. Like, they're so emotional over something that doesn't affect them. And then you were asking about that, Tin. It's like, I don't do that. Like, if I like the app and I like the company and what it's doing for me, I don't get involved in the politics. What the hell? Like, who cares, right? Like, just do your fun and do your money and don't worry about that sort of stuff, okay? So I always come to the all-time coin index, ATH coin index. It's the industry standard tracking all of the major coins and how much they've fallen in the marketplace. And it's a word that I use daily called shrinkage, because when I think of crypto, I don't think of any losses, right? I think of getting inside the Bitcoin coveralls, and if the Bitcoin coveralls grow me into a 10-foot tall man, then I've taken the growth. If the Bitcoin coveralls come down to like a 3-foot ninja, then I'm taking the shrinkage. And I'm waiting around till I get back to growth. And I love you. See, you guys all see that analogy, well done. And that's the point of crypto. So you don't really lose money, but you do lose if you sell to another coin or you move out of its, out of those coveralls, basically.
Unrealized.
But while you're inside that, you can live within the growth, right? So you get that. So we're 80% down right now on Bitcoin. We're 90% down on Ethereum, 90% down on Ripple. Ripple was 93 or 4% the other day, so it's actually coming up. It's actually getting better. And with that little bump there in the news and all that sort of stuff, EOS is at 84.5%, right? Down. Litecoin is 87% down. There's been a lot of talk of Litecoin lately. It's almost like we're going to create a relevant situation with this coin. I can't believe it. I've been watching that coin for years, waiting like a mother hen for a chicklet to cross the road there. You know what I mean? Come on, little Litecoin, you can do it. And nothing's happened. And now there's talk it's actually going to be something. So I'm very excited for it. I want to see. There are people that hold Litecoin like a brand and a thing. Like they are psycho about it, right? Bitcoin Cash. Is it ABC? Is it SV? Is it BCH? Which is it, Jason? Is Bitcoin Cash ABC, or is it on a whole nother coin?
SV seems to be winning for the moment.
But is it a whole nother coin, and then Bitcoin BCH is still its own coin?
No. SV is taking the mantle of BCH. It's
Okay.
It's only SV and ABC.
People have been asking me that, and I'm still confused too. I don't, because listen, and here's why. Because everywhere I go, like right now, I'm looking at BCH. If I go in my coin app, I'm looking at BCH. It doesn't say ABC, and it doesn't say SV, right? It doesn't. So I'm understanding that BCH forked into two separate children, and the ABC and the SV now exist, but BCH still exists somehow.
What they're referring to is SV.
Okay.
Vision.
Okay. But some of them are saying that, and some aren't. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. There's confusion there, even when we're looking at different places.
I don't really care for either anyway. So they can, as far as I'm concerned, they can continue to be confused until they both fail.
I hear you with that. Me
So
too.
has Bitcoin Cash dropped so much because these other branches have come off?
It has, big time.
Yeah.
Where my mouse is, I'm on number 12.
Basis of mining.
Okay.
I'm on number 12, Dan, and it's Bitcoin SV right there. So
Okay,
it's BSV right there. So it's $66, and Bitcoin Cash is $131.
Right.
So Bitcoin Cash has come down 96%. It's one of the highest drops on the list right now, along with Cardano, which was ADA. Okay. Binance Coin's only down 57%. Binance Coin, we talked about it last week. All of the exchange house coins are doing really well. They actually hold a lot of value. So if you're ever just fucking around and you got some Bitcoin sitting there or whatever, throw that in the Binance Coin, you'll probably make a little bit of spread. You'll actually do okay. Keep an eye on those exchange coins because they're actually growing. And keep an eye on the exchanges that are coming out with a new coin. If KuCoin launches a brand new coin, go in there with a little bit of money and get a bit. Go get $500 worth because it's going to go 200-300% for you, and you're going to like triple, quadruple your money like that, right? Like bam. So don't be afraid of some of that stuff, okay? And it only happens when the shit gets launched, and then after that it goes soft, and everybody doesn't care again, right? Keep that in mind. It's like sex. It gets all wrapped up, and then it goes soft, and everybody's out of the room, right? You know how this works. So anyway, so we've got Tether sitting at $1, no big deal. We've got Stellar here at 90% off. We just talked about Stellar and IBM, okay?
Yeah.
We're talking about a coin right now at Stellar that is right now at 8 cents. The investment that you're thinking about making is 8 cents a coin, okay? It was as high as 87 cents at one point, okay? So for 8 cents investment, and you know IBM's in bed with these guys, I would say, again, no advice, this is probably a good one to look at. I think it's going to be one of the solid heroes that kind of gets through the crypto sphere together with us and makes the 5-year plan a reality. There's going to be a night when we pay for sushi with Stellar. It's going to happen, I feel. Or at least that's the backbone that they chose, or whatever bullshit, right? Tron, overall buying BitTorrent, which I use BitTorrent. I used it for movies and I used it for things, software maybe, I don't even know, pictures, I don't know what. But I did use it for movies for sure. And I saw such a giant peer-to-peer community in that stuff. When I saw Tron buy them out, I thought for sure that it was going to be something killer, right? And now it's down to 2 cents from 23. They haven't been able to lift it up yet. I don't know. I really don't know if BitTorrent made a big difference.
Thing is, like Alibaba Holdings, they're putting money into Tron like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, really?
So
And
Alibaba's
the
in love with
background-
Tron?
Yeah, the founders are. Like,
So you saw some news connecting on that?
yeah, because I'm a Alibaba shareholder.
Gotcha.
I always get Tron updates too.
Good, good. So
So,
for everyone
they
listening,
keep
Alibaba
pumping
and Tron
money
are
into-
trying to get in bed together?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
They're trying to have babies? Something there?
yeah, and it's pretty impressive and interesting how much money they put in
Okay, killer. I love
on a
it.
regular basis.
So they're kind of investing on a regular, everyday basis. They're buying more of the cryptocurrency as we go?
Yeah.
That's
and
really
like
cool
they support the whole ecosystem.
Wow.
And like that's what Alibaba does. They're
Alibaba's a cash-rich company,
yeah,
eh?
like they're supporting more or less like startups.
Yep.
And make sure that they just drag them with them.
So Alibaba uses the funds to lift startups up?
Yeah, they buy actually like, at least once a month they buy another company.
Yeah, they're a holding company.
Wow.
They're an umbrella holding company.
Yeah, so they just keep buying out the
Yeah.
ones they think are little stars coming up, probably.
Well,
Hey?
they, like the biggest social buying network in China is
Yeah.
owned by.
Is it WeChat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good to know.
No, I'm sorry. No, Tencent owns it.
Okay, Tencent owns that? So what's the other one that they use? It's another name. I thought I knew it too before. Balogi, be something.
And
Do you know what the famous Chinese chat box is? Instead of WeChat, there's another one.
Not top of mind.
Yeah, I remember it from before. But I know what you're talking about too. That's cool. Does anyone hold Monero? Does anyone know what Monero does? Does anyone care? Yeah? What do you know?
Monero is a privacy focused coin.
It's a what?
Privacy focused coin.
Okay, so there's no
Uses
transaction knowledge?
protocol to what's the word for it? It's to basically muddy the waters on wallet transfers.
Okay.
So when a person transfers Monero from one wallet to another, he'll go through between 1 and 20 arbitrary other wallets. So it's very difficult to trace out the endpoints of who sent what to who.
Interesting. So it's very crypto friendly, obviously, and cryptography is in full force, and it's private.
Yeah, privacy is their main focus. The
I
main
love that.
value proposition is privacy.
Well, it's a coin that was at $542 not long ago, and it's at $47 now. I heard that it was widely used in Korea too. Did you hear the same?
Not just there.
Okay.
Yeah, many places.
Okay. IOTA, 28 cents right now, $5.25, 94% off. Dash is $81. Used to be $1,493, 94% off. Neo is 95% off. I saw that news clip from the CEO of Neo saying that they're going to be the best blockchain coin in the future of 2021 or something like that. They aim to be the world's leader. Some kind of hype that was in his article there. Ontology, I still don't know much about Ont. What was that all about, Jason? That's 89 cents now. It was 10.92 before. Do you know anything about Ont?
I know a little bit about them. I believe that they're built on top of Neo. If I'm not mistaken. Ontology is a smart contract suite. It's the general idea of
Okay.
Sort of like templates for various types of smart contracts.
Yep.
It shows the name because ontology is the science of categorizing. And so they have categories of smart contracts that can be mixed and matched together for business function, for business logic.
Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Last week we talked about MakerCoin. In fact, I was away, I was back. Every time we've actually had a meetup so far in the last few weeks, whatever times we've met, I've talked about Maker, which is the symbol MKR. Right now it's at $667. If you listen back, maybe the last podcast you'd see it was in the 5 range, the 1 week before was $400. It's almost climbing $100 a week right now. Its highest was $17.98. It's in a limited supply. It's feeding some kind of a DAI thing, another kind of coin or whatever, the DAI, yeah?
Yeah, DAI.
Yeah, so it's feeding that. There's only 1 million out there, and there's a constant consumption of it.
Okay.
Every day, there's like a feverish use of it. So it's driving the price up every day, and it's got this like intrinsic value that none of the other coins are having. So I want to show you the chart for a second. Even today, it's up 2%, but it's been up, up, up. Look at that. Like, look at it pulling away. It's going hard, and you know, it's Mark. Where was that? 670.40 was where it was before, or it is, sorry, today, and it's been going up. So let's just go to the beginning of January for a second. Where are we here? It was 448. So just in a short period of time, it's gone up from 448 to 670 already, and that's just in a month and a little bit. And it hasn't been coming down; like it keeps climbing.
That's one of the few things that's going
That's,
up.
but that's
Yeah,
the
it
Bitcoin
is one of
orbit.
the few things.
Yeah.
That's,
It is.
What's driving that is the Bitcoin orbit.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah, I think the reason, well, for those of us who've been watching markets for a while, I think we all recognize the pattern that the entire list of every crypto, every digital asset in the crypto space goes in the same direction generally as the price of Bitcoin.
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them, right? It's not exactly perfect correlation right at all,
Yeah.
but I still call it the Bitcoin orbit
Yeah.
because Bitcoin is the first mover for a general direction.
Yeah.
And the rest of the market has to follow, and that exists, in my opinion. The reason why that exists is because Bitcoin is the only universally accepted cryptocurrency that has an exchange pairing with everything else on every exchange.
It does so.
And it has the most liquidity pathways in and out. So
Most liquidity, most pairings,
yeah.
world domination on all
And
exchanges. You
that's
bet.
why the orbit
Full
exists.
access to opportunity.
When Bitcoin
Yeah.
goes up, then the market cap, the justifiable market cap for everything else gravitates with it.
When I come to CoinMarketCap, you know, I do my own, you know, Jan stuff. I always click on the price. I want to know, you know, what's the most expensive coin that they're kind of listing and talking about.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin, obviously, 38.62 US. Second coin is Maker at 674. And there's a new guy in number 3 that I haven't seen yet.
Wow.
Mixit, all of a sudden, showed up on the part. It's a $146 coin. No idea why. No idea even about the coin. It's got a $64 million market cap. It's low volume. It's up even a couple points in the green. All of a sudden, this coin is climbing the charts and it has this weird value going on. So I need to, all of you guys need to look it up. And the sticker symbol is XIN. Look it up. Find out why this thing is popping. Again, I open the door for you to look at things. There you go. I don't know why, but I'll tell you what. We're going to see it this week. Next week we're not here. The week after we're back. I bet you that Mixin coin probably goes up a little bit. Maybe we'll see 275 or something like that in 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm just guessing right now totally. But keep an eye on it with me and let's see how it goes. Maker coin has been going up. When I first looked at it back in January or whatever, I showed you that it was in the $300-400 range. It's already up to $674. You could have made some really good money on that coin already. I don't know what you want to invest or what you want to buy, but that particular coin has not stopped climbing, okay? And even though Bitcoin's had some peaks and valleys recently and done its little course, this one has acted outside of a lot of the coins and a lot of the movement for whatever reason, and it's still, the only reason I think is because of the good old-fashioned consumption reason. I really believe because those people are getting into that DAI, they need that Maker coin, and this thing just keeps pumping, right? And it's being used, and I like that. I like that, and that's giving cryptocurrency the proper run for its money. Circulating supply of that Mixin coin is very tiny, 441,000, so it's an up-and-comer. And at $146, it's still got me stumped as to why. And when we do coins and they're $9, $10, there's already a certain level of maturity in most cases there. When I see a coin at number 61 on the charts coming up at $146 value, number 3 of value, it's got my spidey senses going, and I want to know why. So you guys check it out, and I'm going to check it out for next week too.
Can you check out the chart for it?
I sure can. Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Let's go look.
See that asterisk next to circulating supply?
Yeah.
I did.
It means that it can't be mined, which to me tells me it's a product of a smart contract. So this, to me, seems like it's probably some sort of a stable coin, or, well, it certainly is a product of a smart contract.
When the world was all over it was April 2018, last year. And that was a big bump. That was the last time I actually was mainly trading on a regular basis. I kind of stopped after April because it didn't seem like there was any more. Because look what happened after April. For almost everything, it did that. It just came down. You know, the whole thing came crashing down. It was all shorts at that point. But yeah, back to April, it looked like some highs of like $1,400, you know, or something like that.
What was the low there, like 2 months, 3 months before down there? Yeah.
355.
Still,
Yeah, and right now it's at 147. So it's got, you know, it's got a lot of ways to go back to where it was, and I really think this is a good one. But again, I don't know a lot about the project, so let's read it here. By the way, CoinMarketCap has been dropping a little bit of text now on their site. That's brand new, so we never had this months back. So Mixit, XIN, bills itself as a free and lightning fast peer-to-peer transactional network for digital assets. Well, we've heard that before. Leveraging directed acrylic graph. Ooh, never heard of this yet. DAG and Byzantine fault tolerant protocols. Cool names. Wow. Mixin aspires to help other blockchains achieve trillions of TPS, transactions per second.
Yeah.
Sub-second final confirmations, 0 transaction fees, enhanced privacy, and unlimited extensibility. Some pretty cool claims, really cool. It's like a turbo again, right? Some kind of turbo for other currencies. We'll see what happens. I have to say, I like the sound of it. What?
What's that in English?
It means that it's going out there and it's going to be applying its protocols to other coins and making them faster and making them split second and that kind of thing. So it's going to add the speed and stuff that some of these other coins are failing at.
So
It's kind of like you guys go do a coin and then we've got ours that helps yours go faster.
So it's a verification.
I'm not totally sure yet. We got to look into it. I don't know what their acrylic graph yet, the directed acrylic graph yet is. I don't know what that is, or the Byzantine fault tolerant protocols, but I'm going to look it up. This is how I learn stuff too. I look it up. That's what we do.
Which means there is no cycle. It's
This is the Mixin
expensive,
coin.
like a tree diagram. The first project that was really big with DAG, with directed acyclic graph, is IOTA.
Okay, biggest gainers and losers. Let's check this out right now. Wow, in the last 24 hours, our biggest gainer was the ABBC coin, ABBC. The second one was Heartbout. The third was Staking Lab, which is LABX. The fourth was Everest. The Tigerium at TIG. The Currency Analytics, Optimal Shelf Availability, Content Value Network, and Quantus Network. And now we're rounding out about 40% increase. So the big boys of the day today with 100%, that's doubling your money, were the Heartbout coin and the ABBC coin. So had you bought those earlier in the 24-hour period, you would have doubled your money today. And that's what that means to you guys, okay? When you see 100%, that's doubling your dough. So let's go on the week. The ABBC coin actually tripled and a bit of your money this week. It was triple plus a little bit if you were into the ABCC coin in the last 7 days.
How do you get into those?
You go to the exchange, you buy some of it with Bitcoin, you swing trade it for a week like this, you let it do its growth like that of 242%, and then you sell it back to the marketplace and you let them have it and you go back to Bitcoin. You land back on Bitcoin again.
All available on Coinbase?
You bet it is. Yeah, I'll tell you how to find out. So if you click on the link of the name, it'll give us the charts down here, and on the side tab of the charts, it says markets. You can find out where that opportunity lives. And right now, the ABBC coin lives on the following markets. Coinbene, you were on that one today, Steph. BizZ, DragonX, Right BTC, BTC, Top BTC, Bit4X, and as Jason said before, almost everything in the world is available through BTC, and that's what that pairing means. And you've got a bunch of exchange. IDAX, I've seen those guys already have an account there, so go for it. Go grab some on Coinbene and see how it does for you. But I want to show you what the point of this is. It's a mindset that I'm trying to show you is that right there you could have made 2.5 times your money, but you had to swing trade it for a week, and you have to do the job. Like you have to fish. You have to get out there, take a risk, and actually grab some. The Tigerium was also number 2 for the week. It was 158% at the end of the week, which is double your money plus another half. So double plus another 50%, which is pretty good. Yeah. Again, if it's 10 grand. It's 25 grand you're coming out with, just for numbers for you. So you got 10 grand in, it does 150%, you got 25 grand now in Bitcoin, right?
Take your profit.
I want to teach you guys how to do more of this. There we go. There's the engine coin, ENJ. Does everyone know this one yet?
No.
Okay, the reason you don't is because you didn't watch the news about Samsung. But Samsung released their blockchain phone.
That's what you're talking about?
And this engine coin, ENJ, is going to be preloaded on their phone systems now. You bet in their wallets, okay? And when that happened in the news, this thing tripped out, and we had some serious gains. We saw 200% because of that. Stefan and I looked it up and stuff like that. Okay. So again, news is perpetrating this, and then boom, the thing is. But if you're going to try to jump on stuff, you have to know that Samsung's in bed with these guys. You have to know that Samsung's going to release a press release to the world on Thursday. And you got to get your money ready in Binance or wherever on that coin, so when the jump happens, then you're going to participate. That's the nuts and bolts of how that shit works. And I'm being honest, there's no other rocket science to that. You got to listen early on that stuff. You got to be ready to go, have your money ready, and then you can capitalize. And the capitalization is still happening. A lot of people say crypto's dead. What's going on? They're full of shit. It's not dead. There's all kinds of projects popping out every bloody day, and there's new stuff all the time. I've seen so much new brands and content this year more than last year.
I've never seen more development happening than I have in the last little while.
I know, it's crazy.
Okay.
Development is actually going bonkers right now.
Okay.
Just bonkers. The markets are not reflecting the actual progress.
No. They're not.
They're pretty skeptical right now. The price.
Okay, so where are we right now for you guys listening? We are on coinmarketcap.com, and we are looking at the biggest gainers and losers list. Check us out online, book a one-on-one currency and a trading day with me. You can go to my website, BitcoinWorkshops.ca, and you can book me by the hour, the half day, and all that kind of stuff, and I'll help you do all that kind of stuff. No problem there. How's it looking?
It's getting low.
Okay, no problem. There's a little button there too. You can click this guy. Bam. And now we got all that juice. There we go. Thank you.
I know that through
keeping an eye on that.
my networking in the EOS network, and that I've been constantly watching the number of daily active users on the EOS network and the number of dApps on the EOS network and the actual use. Because with EOS Cafe, like we operate Blocks.io, which is the block explorer for the EOS network.
Yeah.
And I mean, people who are really, really figuring out the pulse with Blocks.io, we're talking about somebody who has complete transparency on like viewing the activity of the EOS network.
And they can see things.
And they can see things, and every new announcement comes out, every project that's under development gets put into the newsfeed, becomes part of the conversation somewhere, and it's the market activity and the developer activity
It's probably 100x, eh?
It has like I see news and tidbits about like what's happening with prices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all that price action, it almost has nothing to do with what's happening on the developer side.
It's not correlating. It's not relating at all, is it?
Not in my opinion.
And by the way, what you're seeing there is you're seeing the coffee brewing,
Yeah.
okay? And then when they go retail with that coffee, bro, it's going to be explosive. Okay, back to CoinMarketCap for a second. We're over 2,000 coin projects.
Where do you see that?
You can't see it. It's on a different thing that the guys are watching, the developers are.
BLOKS.io.
Can he see the same thing?
Well, you can get a portal that it's a gateway that you can find stuff through.
Okay.
It's a block explorer. So what you're looking at is real-time network activity
Okay.
on that website. But there's also wallet integrations and proxy voting and all sorts of tools through blocks.
It's really complicated, Alan. You'll enjoy it, and then you get lost in it. Okay, so you go. I want to show you guys this. I'm on. Thank you for coming tonight. New coffee after. Okay.
BLOKS.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll be on you. See you guys. Thanks for coming too. Come back again. I just want you to know I'm on the CoinMarketCap and I'm on the new recently added page, and a lot of you guys never come here, but you should come here every day. And today I clicked recently added, and then I went on the spreadsheet to the 24-hour percent change, and the first coin on the list has a 4,700% increase in the last 24 hours. 4,700%. The coin's called Electrum Dark. The symbol is ELD. It came out 11 days ago. The price is now $1.37, so it's obviously come up from nothing. And it has a 4,704%. Okay? Circulating supply right now is over 2 million coins. It's pretty amazing. Another one that's got my eye is this one that's got 3.9 billion coins. Okay? And it only came out 10 days ago. It's called MoneyNet. And the symbol is M, N like Norman, Charlie. Okay? Check it out. MNC. Give it a look-see. Find out why this coin is the hot sauce. Right now, it's still hundredths of a cent. Everybody can afford it. It's not even close to a penny. And the market circulating supply is absolutely astronomical for something that's been on only 10 days. So there must be some mega force that's buying into this. Yeah. The other one that's really high up is half a billion. Is this GMB coin. GMB came out 7 days ago. Again, it's 3% of a penny or whatever. It's not even a penny. Yeah. $500 million circulating supply already in only 7 days. That's really big. So when I look at this, and again, this is just Jan's mind working here, I'm like, why the hell is there $500 million? Why the hell is there 3.9 billion? I got to go look into this stuff. I don't have time right now for you guys to do it, but that's what I do. I go investigate now. So I come to the new on coinmarketcap.com/new. I hit 24-hour percent. It shows me the numbers I want to see, and then bam, I get into it. And I start to reverse investigate these platforms and these companies to see why the hell they're ticking and why the hell they're having this kind of gains and making money like this. And a lot of my friends at home have never seen any kind of investment gain 4,700% in 24 hours because they don't do crypto. They don't play in the same pool as us.
You have to understand, this is a once in human history breakthrough of technology.
Of course, I know.
It's almost like the printing press or the steam engine, where it's like
it really is.
Once in the course of all of human history, this
starting
kind of
now.
happens. Yeah.
I know. Again, you guys, we're 10 years with Bitcoin. Get out here and come see us. Come learn this, because this next 10 years that's unfolding is going to change all of our lives. And I don't think enough of you really realize that. And Jason does, I do, and we come out every week. We never even left the building. We're constantly learning all the time.
The thing to be careful about, the thing to watch for, is greater fool theory at play.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes a project can develop, I guess, a hypothetical use case for itself that's forward-looking, and then people will buy it, assuming that there will be a greater pool that they can sell to, and then maybe that person also assumes that there's a greater pool that they can sell to. And sometimes secondary markets work that way in terms of greater pool theory, and market cap can rally up to an irrational high level. Like Tulip Mania, where if you're familiar with the story of Tulip Mania in Holland, People were buying tulip bulbs for the price of their house, mortgaging their house so they could buy a tulip bulb, assuming that they would find a greater fool who would buy the tulip bulb for more than they bought it for, even though it was already rationally overpriced. So
that happened with the mining machines. That went through a lot of the systems like that.
That's something to watch for in crypto. The number one red flag to watch for is the price a reflection of greater fool theory?
Well, let's look at the market cap for a minute. Let's look at the top in the market cap of the recently added. 22 days ago, that S4FE coin, S4F, I don't know how to say it, maybe it says safe. It is not the safe coin that we know, but it's out there. Its price is 58 cents. It has a $23 million market cap. It's the highest in here, and it's come out 22 days ago. And it was up 50%, and it's obviously dropped down again too. But in the top 10, this experience coin was really big. It had the largest circulating supply at 91 billion. So kind of weird too, like why does this coin have a 91 billion circulating supply, and it's called the XPC coin, Experience Chain. So you guys go check out that coin too and find out what makes that tick, okay? Let's do some homework for next week. Yeah, I'm gonna look it down here at the market charts. Look at this, totally outside of Bitcoin's flow here. It's on its own course here, completely.
It's all speculative.
Yeah, it's way below a penny. It's something to look at. Let's take a look at where it came out, what marketplace. Hotbit and Coin Exchange. And we were on Coin Exchange today, so there you go. So Hotbit, and it came on there, and it's XPC. And look at on Coin Exchange that we went to, you can buy it with BTC, so no problem. You can buy it with US dollars and Bitcoin right now, and it looks like the US dollar pairing has been the hot sauce. More been buying with that.
That's not the US dollar. That's the tether.
Sorry, US Tether. Yeah, USD.
There's a big difference there.
Sorry, yeah, USD
Well,
Tether.
they're
You got it.
similar value.
The Experience Chain project describes itself as an open source project that aims to connect people in the real world using cryptocurrency. Pretty generic, pretty bland, don't know why. It looks like there's 113 billion total supply. There's 91 billion out on the streets already. Crazy amounts, ladies and gentlemen. The market cap right now is at 3 million, so have a look at it. It's really, really cheap if that's the way to say it. So go look, it's XPC, and see why this is so good, okay? Go ahead.
Can this all be explained as a real estate play?
What can?
All this.
As a real estate play?
Yeah.
How?
Well, an analogy compare.
Yeah, it's the analogy of it. Because you buy real estate, it's got to play. You buy a location, you buy an address on there. They're all real estate plays. This is the same thing.
I love it. I get it. So you want to kind of break it down in layman's terms and show that kind of how it would play out in a real estate idea? Yeah. So explain to us a real estate thing. Go ahead.
Well, you buy a primo corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at cryptocurrency machines.
Yeah.
Like, what's the real value in that? It's as all this comes in, transactions will go up, but you own the real estate that it sits on.
Of course you do. That's it. Yeah. That's the main net that those guys have. That's why EOS is so successful.
Yeah. And like,
EOS is going to be even more uber successful because they want net.
The companies that sell domain names don't ever let your domain expire. So like GoDaddy.
They keep in the pipe and they auction them off later for more.
Yeah.
As soon as you stop making payments on your house, they put it back on the block for more.
Yeah, but they take like GoDaddy owns your domain. You do not.
I know. You're leasing.
That's not correct.
So, well, you are what you are, but you still have the paperwork on it.
But you're like, either way, they're sitting in the middle.
No.
You have to go
Did you hear about this yet?
Broker, but once you buy, you actually own the domain. You can transfer it. You can transfer it to another ISP if you, or I should say,
But not without them getting their big on it.
Yeah, but they only get a one-time fee, and then it's just a renewal fee.
Let's see what days that is.
So.
Yeah.
So in October 11th and to the 13th, you guys listening, there is a cryptocurrency conference in Winnipeg, and we're going to attend this. And it looks like it's on the 11th to the 13th. So it's from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Winnipeg. So we're going to go to Winnipeg. If any of you guys want to do a road trip or go out there and crash this event, come with us. Let's go do it. But we're going to go show our face in Winnipeg. We already have some friends out there that came to our convention here. And we may adopt this under our Crypto Conventions brand and give this guy some more branding and stuff, and then take him under our wing and show him how we do things. But it's really exciting. Have a look. Some of the speakers are in the logistics business that Kevin's in and stuff like that. So a lot of neat things. And have a read about these guys. This guy right here John Sneesen, he's the one that's actually putting it on. He's the Jan that's doing this. So have a look. And they've asked me to come and be a speaker. So there's a good chance I'm going to end up lecturing there and doing my little thing.
Go down or go up one?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah.
That guy?
Stefan Arnillo.
Real estate.
Yeah, he is. It says that. Serialpreneur, real estate investor, author. Stefan Arnillo is an award-winning real estate investor, entrepreneur. 2014 Rich Dad International Hall of Fame, featured in Canadian Real Estate Wealth magazine. Entrepreneur named him one of the top 10 real estate influencers to follow. Starting with only $1,200, Stefan has built it to a multi-million-dollar portfolio for himself and his partners and recognized on the self-made list. He is coming out with his new book in April, Hard Times Create Strong Men, Why the World Craves Leadership and How You Can Step Up and Fill the Need, The History of Empires.
That's cool.
Sounds all cool to me. I like this guy's credo so far.
I've been watching that guy on Facebook for quite a while.
Yeah, so he's a self-made guy. He started with $1,200 and now he's worth a lot. I love those stories. You know, I started with $250 and I made a few bucks, so I like that. This guy is this chief operating officer of EOS Nation, Daniel Keys. He's coming down, and then my other Stefan friend from Montreal is friends with Daniel, and he knows him really well and stuff like that. I don't know who this guy is, Vit, but he's involved with the Czech Republic, Libertarian, some other Czech bullshit, and he's founded the Free Republic of Liberland in something there. Okay, so more speaker announcements coming soon. That's going to be me. And there it is. So 91 days away. I'm having my conference in October as well. We're probably not doing the April one anymore. We just don't feel like doing it. It's quiet times in the crypto space.
Okay.
So we're going to end up doing it in October again, and we like that time of year. And we're probably going to do it again in January. So we're probably going to stick with those ones. Maybe something in the summer, but probably not. We're all lazy. No one's home. People are away. Canada, you know, if you have money, you're at the lake. If you don't have money, you're not working. So it's how it is, right? So they want $10,000 from Jason, though, to be a sponsor. So Jason, write the check. They want $7,500 from Dan. You write yours. And they want another $5K from Alan. So we got platinum, gold, silver. I'm not sure what that gets you. A few tickets and some banners. Might be worth it. I'm not paying that. I'm just going to buy a ticket and go see it. So there you go. And they have a gamification center. So something to do with that, too. There's a sponsored challenges and things like that. But they did talk about a debate and things like that too. So I think Jason should get involved with this one too. We should get your face in there and destroy some of those kids out in Winnipeg. Show them what we're made of out here, us tough Albertans, right? So I'll go with you. You come with me. Let's go. We're going to go down to Winnipeg in October. I'm putting this on my map, showing you guys way early, but I want to go. I want to meet more Canadians. I want to go give some hugs, kiss some babies, shake some hands, and bring my crew from Calgary with me. We can rent a motorhome. We can make it a road trip like Cheech and Chong. We can have a good time. Okay, so let's go. Let's have some fun, guys. All right, so what else is on my list tonight? I think I'm pretty much done. It's like 9 something and I'm good. I've covered a lot of things I wanted to. I've been using Wikipedia lately. I've been looking up projects and people on here. Wikipedia is the encyclopedia of the internet for those that don't know. You should know by now. And it's great resources, great technology explanations. And for guys like Alan that want an analogy or want it in English instead of so technical, it can be a good place to look, right? And there's still Jason. You can call him for the mildly technical version. You can always call Jan from the layman's term version, and we'll help you all the time, right? You got medium and you got low. And then when you get way up there, you can go deep when you're reading and stuff like that. You don't need our help, okay? What are DDoS attacks, real quick? 2018 saw a lot of those. What does that mean to us? What are DDoS attacks?
Distributed denial of service.
Distributed
Denial of service.
denial of service attacks?
Yeah.
So what does that do to a system? Does that cripple a system?
Potentially, depending on the bandwidth it has. So basically, let's say you got a specific IP address, like even your home router that's publicly facing to the internet, your ISP, and enough people are constantly trying to ping that for enough IP addresses that it actually fills up the height of the bandwidth that goes to your house.
Yep.
It can make your internet service effectively unresponsive to be able to send and receive replies.
So they fill the bandwidth of your pipeline with a bunch of attacks, and then you're no longer operable, and it shuts your shit almost down.
Let's get into gigabits per second.
There you go.
Yeah, you can think of it like an electron traffic jam.
Okay,
Sure.
there
Yeah,
we go.
data traffic.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what are they saying here? That Lightning Network thwarts DDoS attacks? Let me read that here. I was just there now.
Probably does, yeah.
It says DDoS attacks. So on March 20th, 2018, that's almost next month, the Lightning Network nodes faced a DDoS attack that sent around 200 nodes offline. downtime from 1050 to 870. The exploit used as many node connections as possible to prevent any new connections.
Yeah.
A month earlier in February, Bitcoin core developer Peter Todd said the Lightning protocol could very well prove to be vulnerable to DDoS, denial of service attacks in its current incarnation. According to the cryptographer, this poses danger both to the peer-to-peer as well as the blockchain level of the project. So does that mean it's weak? In layman's terms, does that mean that
No.
Lightning Network has some holes in the ship
Well,
that creeps can come in?
Not any more so than any other router.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still a lot stronger than the previous protocol.
Good.
So it's got some potential vulnerabilities, but it's nothing that's going to take it out right away.
Okay,
So
good to know.
it's
Good to hear from my tech nerds. That's
Yeah.
good news. Okay. Well, that's it. Let's wrap it up. Let's call it a night. Let's converse. Let's hang out. Does anyone want me to pull up the website before I go or anything yet?
I got a story to share about DDoS.
Okay, tell.
I had a client, a friend who runs a website called bodybuildingpro.com,
Yeah, okay.
and he makes most of his money with YouTube, where he does interviews with bodybuilders and with nutritionists and stuff like that.
Yep.
And most of his actual revenue is off the ads of his YouTube videos.
Okay.
But he maintains this website, which is the actual information basis for his business. And he's a very controversial fellow. He's a very outspoken fellow on social issues.
Yep.
And so he created an enemy for himself somewhere in the world
Oh no.
who decided to flood his website, his router, with just millions of requests per second.
Wow.
And that's all a DDoS is. It's just a bot that pings your website with a request for something like click a link or
Say your web server.
yeah, and it just totally is a traffic jam on your portal into your web server. So his website was inactive for the rest of the world because this one enemy was pinging him constantly,
Continuously,
millions
yeah.
of times per second with the bot.
Yep.
And they were taking all the attention that it could provide to other legitimate clients away.
And
Yeah.
that was a real learning curve for me in the way routers work and how to deal with that. And it
Did
took
the hosting
years.
provider put up a block to that thing and then
There was no way to
stop
do it because the attacker would
so-
constantly change their router address.
Oh,
If you-
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they changed.
It was
Extremely difficult. Extremely
Wow.
difficult to work
Wow.
on.
Yeah,
So what made them go away then? What fixed it? What helped?
Nothing made them go away. For about 4 years, we had no solution
Oh God.
at all.
But
Oh,
there
God.
would be a solution though. That's,
Yeah.
you just have to uproot them to a higher capacity ISP that, like for instance, a place like Cloudflare, they actually have the infrastructure to lead off those attacks. So
Okay.
that they're, unless it's extremely large, like in the tens of gigabits, it probably won't even affect your website. But the average place, like you mentioned, the average place like that would have much more difficulty in the
Wow, that's amazing the stuff that happens. Check out our website, by the way, BitcoinWorkshops.ca. Book us, visit us, register on the site. We're sending out free copies of our Crypto Culture magazine. It's coming out a new one in March, and you guys can invest with us on that magazine, get a subscription, and learn all about the stuff that we're learning about. Okay, the best investment in knowledge pays the best interest in life. So don't forget that. That's our little tagline. Thanks everybody for coming out. All that good stuff.
What is your broadcast address?
So the solution is load balancing.